doesn't taste good.
It tastes like the way a recreational ballpark smells.
Yeah.
Really?
That's a good one. Like a piss shit dugout.
Yeah, I mean, basically,
Like a little, like there's a homeless guy been living in the dugout at night.
piss shit dugout.
Like he's living in there at night when no one's playing, but then during the weekends, people are drinking beer, spilling it.
I spit it out. It does taste like a piss shit dugout.
Yeah. That brings me back.
Piss shit dugout. It sounds like an album that I would love.
By Death Grips.
When you were like 14 years old.
Hey, when I was a
dugout.
kid, when I was in elementary school, me and my friend would ride our bikes down to the softball field and set booby traps in the dugout.
Like
What were the booby traps?
Fishing line, like
to trip them? Trip
2
wire?
inches. We would do mean. It probably never worked. But
far
we
as you know.
would do all kinds of stuff. Set traps in the bathroom and set traps in the
Or-
dugouts.
Other side of the coin.
Yeah.
Middle of the night, homeless guy comes down to lay his
A
bed.
piss shit dugout.
Trips on a fucking tripwire,
Piss
cracks
shit
his skull on the ground.
So we would
Who the
lay.
fuck booby trapped my piss shit dugout?
Yeah, we would put like fishing line, which probably would break because it was just one strand of fishing line. But yeah, like 2 inches,
Yeah,
2 inches
you
above
trap.
the dugout, and then we took a softball from my friend's neighbor's house so we wouldn't get pinned. Put that as the bait at the end of the dugout. They'd walk by, see baseball.
Softball player's favorite
Oh, no.
thing. Soft.
How am I gonna get that? It says Bowie on it. Yeah, I don't know. It's not ours. Go snag that shit. We also would do the cellophane underneath the toilet seat.
I suddenly imagine.
Yeah.
All right. This is what I'm picturing, right?
Yeah, but like you would see it. Like when you go to a public restroom, you don't
Softball
sit
team.
down without looking.
Softball team wraps up practice. One of them is walking by the dugout, sees a softball in the back corner.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude. The whole team's going to get busted if that ball isn't accounted for. Goes for it, hits the tripwire.
Yeah.
Boom. Face down, fractured nose bone into the brain.
End
dead.
of the season.
Yeah.
Dead. Second softball player comes up. Oh, fuck, dude. Dead softball player in the dugout.
Oh, shit.
Buddy, you need some help? Second player trips over the tripwire. You see where this is going.
Yeah.
Player after player is seeing either the lone softball or the accumulating pile of dead teammates. You could have fucking taken them all out.
I used to.
I bet
Where does
heavy.
it end?
I bet heavy on the opposing team.
Shit.
It's like Remember the Titans all over
This
again.
guy's rigging the game.
I used to super glue quarters to like the sidewalk and stuff like that.
No way.
But, like,
Oh.
I thought that everyone did that kind
One
of stuff.
softball player who survived. How did I make it out of there? I need to get home. I better call a ride, but I ain't got no money. Oh, there's a quarter. Fucking can't do it.
I'm still thinking about piss shit dugout. What are other pranks you did as a kid? Because the one I could think of that would not fly now, it's not even funny. I didn't even do a lot of bad pranks.
Water stuff.
But I had, honestly, when I was a kid, Disneyland sold realistic looking guns.
Oh yeah.
I had a musket, like gun, like a
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
I had a bunch
for
of
pirates.
revolvers.
I still have it. It's in
Yeah.
my. I have all this pirate stuff, and it's there. And then I had like a rifle, like a Frontierland rifle. Well, me and my friend Nick on my street. Check it out. This is super funny. We had this rifle, and then they had a bunch of those blast caps, those like things you'd hit them with a hammer, and
Yeah.
you know, like they were full of gunpowder.
Yeah.
Well, we'd stack a ton of those up. If you stacked a ton of them up and put it under like a lid or something, you'd hit it.
It's like an M80.
It would sound like, oh, it was so loud. So we'd wait for cars to go by, and we'd aim the gun at them, and then he'd hit it, and it would sound like we shot at him. and no one cared except the only two reactions we ever got was one was an old man who was like ducking as he was driving by. And just sped by.
Vietnam flashbacks. for that
Sped
guy.
by.
Yeah.
That's probably
Fucking ducking while he's driving.
That's probably what it was. In all honesty, I remember thinking, like, as a kid, thinking, what a wuss. Like,
Dude, these two fucking kids jump out of the forest with a musket. And this guy thinks he's back in fucking Vietnam.
Oh my god.
that guy was like ducking at the wheel.
A spia.
I never realized it till now. I was like 7. I think I was 7. So that was one thing. And then what ended it was then we did it to some old woman, and she pulled over and got out
Of
like,
course, of course.
you do not point a gun at my car. I know it's fake. That is not funny. And she waited for like a parent to come out. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be killed. Like my parents are gonna kill me. And they laughed.
Me and my friends did a similar prank. We went to the water park here. What was it? It's not around anymore.
Rivers?
No. Whitewater Canyon?
Yeah.
Whitewater Canyon. And they might still sell it at water parks. It's called like the water snake.
Yeah, the noodle thing.
Yeah, it's a thing
yeah.
where you stick it into a
I always
hose
wanted that. Never got
and you can
Called it a
fill it
water
up.
weenie.
Yeah, it basically is a giant wiener.
Yeah, water
And you can
weenie.
make it like 2 or 3 feet long, and then there's a nozzle on it, and it sprays out basically like a stream of pee. We did the same thing.
It's hard though. It's a strong stream.
It's a strong stream.
What, this?
Me and two of my friends stood on the side of the road, and I lived only a few blocks away from Rocco, so we probably did this on the same road.
I was in a different house when I did that.
Oh, okay, all right. But we would hide in the bushes too, and then when we see a car driving down the road, we would all like come out all casually, like we're just casually looking for a place to piss, and then like turn and spray it all over. And we're basically pretending to pee on cars as they drove by.
And you know the car can hear that brrr, like as it gets hit with water. What was that?
And no car reacted except for one car, which immediately like slammed on their brakes and threw their car in reverse. And we all took off running, and that car like followed us for a good like 45 minutes.
That was the fun, was running.
We all jumped in a bush, and we were just sitting in a bush, and the car like lost sight of us but knew we were close, and it just parked in front of that. I lived on a cul-de-sac, so I knew the car didn't belong there. They just waited there for a long ass time. It felt like 45 minutes, but that was the last prank I did.
Waiting in a bush.
When I was in like elementary school, our school was like right by a main road. Like there's like a steps that we kind of sat at, and we right by the fence. So we'd all get apples and just roll them in the middle of the street, hoping cars are running like the apples over. Yeah. That was like, everyone asked for apples from the parents so we could do this.
Sure.
And so by the end of it, there was like a fucking sea of just apples, which isn't like a prank, but we fucking loved it. But yeah, one fucking lady came out and said we were wasting fruit, and like went to the principal to say that we were doing this. Like,
come on.
ruined the whole thing.
Yeah, I know kids at school got into a thing where they were free ketchup packets at school. And we realized, if you tie them up, no, not step on them, throw them at cars. Yeah, as they speed by. Yeah, those things just splatter.
Taco Bell.
That's what we did.
Taco Bell hot sauce.
Yes.
My friend was a manager there. We went up on the roof and would just take all the hot sauce out the back and throw them off the roof into the street and watch them. I mean,
is that why that Taco Bell closed down?
That Taco Bell did close down. We watched Girls Gone Wild in the back room on the VHS.
Nice.
Dude, I did so much bad shit. Like, you're talking about hiding in bushes.
I think we should recreate all these pranks now.
Dude, I don't want to go to jail.
I want to see a video where I'm pretending to piss on some cars.
If I did it now, I'd be killed.
Mega64 getting cool in 2017.
You know, I did a mix of the trip line and the hiding in a bush for the cars. Yeah. We would stay the night at my friend's house, and it was like, his parents weren't around, so we were unsupervised. Yeah. We hid down 4 houses down in the bushes, and we hung up a trip line across the street.
Trip lines. Oh, whoa!
It was fishing line with tin cans tied to each end, and then it was like draped over like a bush or like a fire hydrant. And then when the car went by, it snagged it and took these cans running down the street. Another great one was just a strip of duct tape laid upside down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then the car hits it and it sucks the duct tape in and it rattles around.
Sounds like a flat tire.
We used to those little like what are the little popper things you would get at the ice cream?
Bomb bags.
Not bomb bags. There was the little
ones, right?
Tissue paper.
Poppers.
We used to get like 50 of those and put them underneath car tires where they're parked, and they'd back up.
Yeah,
and run them over.
I did stuff like that too.
Yeah, and they'd always stop. They'd always
stop
stop and like look around, but like nothing really happened to it. But like I used to do that too.
On that subject of those poppers, in the white paper, throw them whatever. This last Anime Expo. We went out. It was the convention had closed, and we went out to get stuff at Target. Yeah, we went. Yeah. And we get stuff at Target, and I was surprised. At the door, they had like 5 boxes for $1. Or it was those. It's like they still sell these.
Yeah, you can get them swap meet.
And let me just tell you how the day I realized how lame things in the world had become. because I got them. I was like, oh man, I remember these when I was a kid, and I got them and took them outside. And remember, we were just walking back and we were throwing them, and every time people were like. It was like, yeah, this kind of isn't that fun anymore. Everyone was just looking for gunshots.
Yeah,
like, oh,
You know what we used to do? We talked about this before on the podcast. The last prank I really did consistently was the gum prank or the gum trick. Like when we were in line at Walmart or whatever, we always take the 25-cent like thing of gum and put it in the person in front of you's thing, and just to see if they buy it.
I remember when I first met you guys, you used to do that all the time. It made me like nervous as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I remember that.
I never did that.
So it was the best because if they had a lot of stuff, you just threw that one thing of gum in there, and they would never notice a quarter. But like if they did notice, they'd always blame their kid who put that on.
Rebecca, why did you put this in here? And then the clerk would be like, I don't know, what do you want me to do with the gum? What, Rebecca? Are you happy? Are you happy now? All right.
I don't know if you guys remember. You got a kid like fucking busted one time. You put gum into his package, and his mom yelled at him in the middle of the store. She was like, "What is this doing here?" And the clerk was like, sometimes, kids put it in there because they just want it. And he's like, I didn't put that there. She's like, he has done this before. And I told him not to do this. And he was seriously like, I didn't put it there. And she's like, do not lie right now.
That might have been the last time we did it. Yeah, that might have been it.
It's a good time. These two guys are fucking silent, by the way.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, we would slip it in, and they'd just ring it up and add it, and no one would notice, and they'd walk off and be like, yes.
And so they knew that like they get home and see it come, they know where it came from.
Why do I have this bubble yum? Like, where's
great?
But it was never more than a quarter because they figured that's
Once it goes to $1, $2, it's like, oh
that's
man,
fucked up.
You screwed them over. But a quarter is.
And
nothing.
they don't even have that. They got rid of that now. So
they don't have
it. You can't even do it anymore.
Yeah.
25-cent gum is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks.
But it was fun at the time.
Yeah.
A quarter. What are you gonna do? Help the gum industry.
Yeah.
Good old Wrigley's.
Saving it 1 quarter at a time.
Good old Wrigley's.
Good times.
I remember doing that specifically when we went to the Walmart to get. We had at Comic-Con we had a wheel that you would spin. So a lot of people remember this, but some people might not know. We had a wheel you would spin, and it would land on all kinds of messed up stuff we'd make people do, whatever. And some of them were, one of them was Love Doctor, and Sean would just take someone's hand and have him hold somebody else's hand and walk away, or stuff like that. But one of them that, I don't know why, it made me laugh every time, was we had one on the wheel called Wake Up Call. And it would land on that Wake Up Call, and then we would just hold up a mirror.
Yeah, make him look at himself.
All right, next. Who's next? We wouldn't say a word. It was just
Wake Up Call is great.
And they would be like, "What does that mean? Like, what is that supposed to
Cookie
mean?"
or dog biscuit was great because it was never a cookie.
That when I realized that they ate dog biscuits, and then I realized, well, there's definitely like animal products in this. If you're a vegetarian, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, or just feeding people anything is.
Yeah, I realized that we went too far with that one.
Yeah, but
that was a one-time thing.
But
yeah, I did that with peanuts.
But I remember doing the gum trick when we bought that mirror for Wake Up Call. And that, I think that one, I went over. I think I remember having that mirror on our thing, and these people had were trying to figure out coupons and all kinds of shit, and I was peppering them. I was one piece of gum, another piece of gum, and they kept taking forever. It was like, all right, another piece of gum. So they had at least 75 cents worth of gum.
Move.
Yeah, because they were pissing me off.
Dude, this is not all about pranks, but this reminds me of checking out. Yesterday, I was at the store, and I was by myself, and I had a cart full of shit, whatever. Yeah. And then, so this lady has a kid there. She's holding a kid, and she has 2 items. I'm like, oh, you can go ahead of me. I get it. I'm like, go ahead. So she goes ahead, and they ring her up, and she goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. That was $7? That's supposed to be $5? And she was, like, fucking pissed. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, I think that you got the wrong thing. No. Go right now and check the price, because this is supposed to be $5, not $7. And the guy's like, okay, I'll get the manager to do that. In the meantime, I'm going to ring this guy. Points to me, she goes, no, you're dealing with me right now.
Oh.
I said, I just fucking let you cut. Wow. I just let you cut.
It's when you grab her and you yank her backwards.
Jesus, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
That's messed up.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I know.
You can yank her.
You should have put some gum on the...
I should have put... Well, she was only 2 things she would have known.
Put some gum in the baby's...
Things.
Like the baby was going to steal it, and then point when the manager gets there. Be like, hey, that baby's stealing gum.
She was misdirection about this price on this item. This baby's stealing gum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still maintain the worst interaction. I've talked about this on here before. Was that I've seen at the checkout was still was after the Target hacking, and the woman going, okay, this poor girl checks everything out. Boop, okay, that'll be $75.83 or whatever, and the woman goes, okay, so what do we do here?
You pay?
That's yeah. Okay, well, I want to pay with my debit card. Okay. So how do I get that to you? Okay. All right. To swipe in the machine, right? But that's compromised. So what do I do? No. Well, it's fixed now.
Oh,
so
man.
we got. Well, I understand, but you understand my, why I don't want to do that.
Bring cash.
Yeah,
Go
I
to
mean,
the bank.
she's like, "What am I? How do I have a guarantee that any of these things are safe?" And she's like, and I thought the clerk answered well. She's like, "Well, you never have any guarantee that anything is safe. Really, your only thing is to hand me cash. That's the only thing
Right.
I can guarantee that is safe." Yeah, I mean that's it because I don't carry cash. I don't carry cash. Then you really have no options.
So why
I don't
are you
know.
shopping here?
Then I'm going to use my card, and she's like, "Okay, but listen, I'll tell the manager." And then the clerk did another great. She's like, "I'll tell the manager, and I'll report that there's still concerns." And and then the woman cut her off. Okay, don't freak out on me.
Oh my god.
Fuck you. And then she left. And then when I walked up, this poor girl was so
I can't handle when they treat
frazzled.
people like shit.
And then she walked away, and then all I was buying was string cheese and like one other thing. And so she rang it up, boop, and I was like, "Hold on, is this cheese secure?" And she laughed at that. So
That's
I was like,
good.
okay,
Yeah, you made
alleviated the tension.
Yeah.
That's
But
ridiculous.
God, that pissed me off.
Ah,
But anyway, so yeah,
it gets
Thanks.
if
pranks.
if your store still has 25-cent gum, do the gum prank. If it's
Yeah.
$1, don't do
Try
it.
it. No, do
don't
it.
do that.
With inflation, you can do the dollar gum. It's about the equivalent.
We
Today's
looked at that
equivalent.
video
Yeah,
game
dollar
chart.
is rare.
Quarter.
Yeah.
It's like
That
a
video
90s
game
quarter.
chart, there was another chart in Wrigley's
The
and like
gum
Juicy
inflation
Fruit.
chart.
It's
Yeah.
about $1 now.
My name is Piggly Wiggly, the heir to a gum empire. I won't say which. Anyway,
Yum yum. What's your favorite kind of gum? I'm a cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Man, no, not
No,
cinnamon.
God,
Really?
I think peppermint all the way.
Give me the harshest mint possible. That's what I want.
Spearmint?
Peppermint's good,
Like
but
if it's
peppermint
got
is the best.
icy in the name, I'm in.
I want a hot red gum.
I feel like my mouth starts
Bubble
tasting
gum.
gross after.
Yeah, pink. You go bubble.
Duh.
Bazooka
good.
Joe? Too tough.
I like
The flavor goes way
I-
too fast.
I go with
No,
mint.
bubble yum. Bubble.
Oh, with the duck.
Bubblicious.
Uh-huh.
That duck.
Yeah, that cinnamon leaves a weird taste in my mouth after like
I don't hate it.
2
I
minutes.
just don't chew it. No. I never do.
I want my gum to be, the cube, the big sugary cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
comes in the
loses the
5
flavor.
I don't
Had
like
that
that.
in a while.
Flavor's gone.
For me,
That's why you got to pop in another one.
for me, it's
Yeah.
extra. Best gum.
Skittles.
Best gum.
wow.
Skittles gum.
Going outside the
Skittles
box.
gum. I don't know if I've
What
had
the
that.
fuck?
On this note, I'm craving some gum now, so I'm gonna go get some. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Get
get some
your gum
dinner.
on.
I'm
But
announcing my
Get your
departure.
gum on.
My quest for gum
What,
continues.
gum's not dinner?
no, not
In
from
my house,
no.
gum is a banquet.
Are we saying goodnight?
Yeah.
It's gum time.
I am.
Yeah. I think it's time for gummies.
Gum jobs. Let's
for
go.
School teacher
School
said
teacher.
it was the best gum job I
That's the
ever
best
had.
gum job I've ever had.
You're telling me.
What's the best gum job you ever had? Go ahead.
I told you, cinnamon.
Yeah.
Is that what their name was?
Juicy,
Her name was
Juicy
Cinnamon.
Fruit. Her name was Juicy Fruit. Her name was Bubblicious.
That fruit was juicy. I will tell you that.
Her name was Icebreakers.
She was a gusher, all right.
Her name.
Oh my god.
Shit
Oh my
dug
god.
Her name was Wrigley.
Do you remember that gum? It was green and it had like, it was like in the 90s. It had like a minty like juice filling. It was like a
Yeah.
Gushers, but it was
Yeah,
it was
what was
bubble
it
gum.
called?
I
I
remember.
remember my
It was
cousin gave me a
Dentine
piece and I was
Ice.
like, what
My
is
mom
that?
used to get
It was
that.
called Cummies.
Do you
No, my
Gummies.
mom
Oh,
used to
gummies.
get.
Oh, dude, your mom chewed
Did
Cummies.
it?
No!
What are you doing?
What the fuck?
Said my mom chewed gummies.
Dude, you
Man.
need to chill.
Don't
Alright.
say that to
Chill
that
out,
guy.
dude.
Holy
Chill the
shit.
fuck out.
Yeah,
you need
you're
to
kinda, like, really,
you need
like,
to
taking that hard,
you need to
dog.
cummies and
Sorry, I threw that
center
champagne
yourself.
bottle.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
Threw
Do
a
they make
champagne
fruit
bottle.
stripes still?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they're still as shitty as you remember them.
You got
I
that
haven't
zebra
seen-
fucking.
I
Yeah,
haven't-
no
I haven't
flavor
seen
with the
that.
zebra.
I haven't seen that in a while.
The no flavor
Do
zebra.
they still have Bazooka Joe with all the comics?
Yeah.
Did your
Yeah,
mom
that's
ever
what
eat
Wasn't
linguinis?
Bazooka Joe?
What's
like-
that?
Did your mom ever eat linguini?
Let me see those.
Do you remember there was a character in?
Oh god.
No! What are you doing?
Garrett.
I don't want to clean this up.
Garrett.
He'll clean it up. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
Clean it up. Don't worry about
He'll
it.
clean up anything. I've
Yeah, don't worry
tested
about
him.
Wasn't there
Have a
a?
couple. What do they taste like?
Tastes like chips.
Ew, that's not al dente.
dude.
Ew.
Oh, they kind of sound like pop rock.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, those are not.
My mom would not.
Hey, are those linguinis hard?
They're not. They're stiff.
Ew.
Ugh. Those your teeth are breaking off.
Oh man.
Oh fuck.
Fuck that.
I can hear him echoing in your skull.
I can hear him out of his ears.
Yikes.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Well, everyone say bye-bye
Hey,
now.
before we go, can we talk about Schmorky?
No.
Oh god.
Why are you cutting it?
Rocco, please. Garrett, Eric, and
Everyone say bye-bye, man.
bye, 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 bye,
Bye-bye.
bye, bye, man.
Bye, man.